Within the multiverse, there are stories of familiar heroes. They may have different names and faces, but they still have the will to defend justice. Since the 1900s, heroes of all kinds have appeared, whether it be giants of light in Japan, to warriors from another time in Korea, or masked vigilantes in America. There's a hero in everyone. In Los Angeles, we enter the headquarters of Freedom Foundation. They're a company whose only goal is money, but who knows what more they want. Our story starts in this city. Who will our heroes align with? Where will we take them? We'll see in
Henshins and Dragons.
Ghia.
My character's name is Leo Lang. His hero name is PunkAnt. He goes by he, him. I also go by he, him.
Kezza.
Hi, I'm Kezza. My character's name is Yoko. They are a chicken who turns human with the power of an emblem. They don't have a gender because they're a chicken. They don't really understand it.
The gender is chicken.
They're learning about the world.
Thomas Jujubee.
Oh, hello, it's me. I'm Thomas Jujubee. I am also known as Victory, or Kamen Rider Bunny, who's a winner of the Desire Grand Prix competition, who used their wish to become a local hero who uses the Desire Grand Prix power set to save whoever or fight whoever they wish to fight. And their pronouns are he, him.
Ver.
My name is Ver. I go by she, they, it, and I play Joseph, Kamen Rider Knight, he, him, and he's just a guy.
Awesome. I love just a guy. We have just a guy, just a chicken,
Yeah!
just a DGP winner.
What an unlikely group of friends.
Story. Start.
You guys are meeting up at a bar.
Delicious.
So you guys have heard rumors of monsters starting to appear once again. That's why you guys are here trying to figure things out, or maybe one of you just want to have a drink. However you guys want, the story is yours to continue forward. But for the next part of this narration, it is the late afternoon, about to be nighttime as the sun sets. You guys enter this bar. In the background, there's a TV playing. They're playing the news and they're about to sign off, but they're saying on TV. And once again, we hear rumors of a golden knight. We'll have more tonight at 10.
Oh.
Whoa.
I'm assuming my character would just be very confused and would not really be listening, so I have no idea what's going on.
What's Leo doing?
Leo is listening to the news, but he's not really listening, you know? He's kind of just like in that in-between of like, I'm picking up some things, but not really. The Golden Knight sort of intrigues him a little bit, but that's not really his main goal. So he's kind of just sitting, drinking a nice ice-cold water.
Ooh, my favorite drink.
Victory is actually listening very attentively to the telly, because hearing of some kind of new threat to face or a new hero to fight alongside intrigues him very much. However, he is also just drinking a nice shot of tequila.
Yoko, at the moment, Knight has given them a coin on the table, and they're kind of just looking at this coin because it's really nice and shiny, and kind of asking about the attributes. So they're like, hey, Knight, what is it? Like, what do you do with it?
He just doesn't really know about it. He doesn't really know what the whole thing about the coin is himself. He's nursing a beer because he's Austrian and he drinks a lot of beer.
What kind of beer?
He's drinking a nondescript beer that is very, very popular in the area of a very specific province. Sorry, English.
And it's called?
And it's called...
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So while you guys are just chilling, hanging out around here, one of the waiters goes over to Victory and he's like, would you like another water, sir?
Leo is the one with water. But I'll gladly take a nice drink of water to not get myself a little too tipsy. So thank you for the drink.
Of course. There's weird things going on recently, so we don't want too many people out going and drunk and getting attacked again, so...
Victory's very good at that, getting like a bit drunk.
A bit drunk.
That's not true.
It is true.
I make sure to limit my drinking habits every single day to at least only 5 shots.
Right. Okay, Victory, whatever you say.
I'm not lying.
The waiter still is giggling a little bit and overhears the conversation, and he's like, nerds.
Sorry.
Why would you call a chicken a nerd? How can a chicken be a nerd? It's a chicken.
So then the waiter walks away and is about to get a water. He's right behind the bar. It's a chill night. Not too many people are around. It's been a little dangerous around these parts, so that's why not too many people are out and about in the LA area.
Leo is like drinking the ice cold water, right? And kind of just like slams it down and then calls to the waiter. He's like, hey,
Yes, sir. Yes.
hey,
Yes?
this is a nice place. How come people don't come here often? It looks kind of empty.
Well, maybe the news is making all this up, but there's been more monster sightings recently. Not everybody knows too much what's going on, but hey, we're just trying to be careful, left our own here. I'm actually surprised 4 of you are out here tonight with how dangerous things have been getting.
That's crazy.
I'm just here for the coin, really, so.
I'm just here to drink some good old cold beer, but nothing really, gets to the quality of Austrian beer. You know, America, their beer is not good here.
I'm sorry.
Yes, sorry, sir. We have Austrian beer.
You have Austrian beer? Really?
Yeah, from Austria.
I don't trust you.
What about British beer?
Not since 1776. No.
What happened in
The
1776?
chicken is British.
Yeah. You forget! I came from a British farm!
I didn't know the farms have distinctly British
You
chicken.
forgot. How
I
dare
didn't know chicken could have nationalities.
Clearly, you've never been to a British farm.
Listen, it seems this bar, this local business here, is getting affected by the local monsters because there's monsters and whatnot. And I can't stand for that, so I want to change that.
Excuse me, waiter. Have you ever seen one of these monsters yourself? Or
Yeah, I have, because and he leans in closer to the table because he's trying to tell a little secret. Yeah, because I kind of got saved by one of these masked heroes.
Oh, really?
Do you know which one?
Yoko, their eyes widen, and it's really exciting. So they run up to this waiter and just go,
Really?
Joseph just goes turns away, trying to dismiss the waiter, but still listening in, nursing his spear still.
Hey, where are you, buddy?
Hey.
Can you describe the look of this masked guy?
It was kind of dark, so I only noticed they were wearing a really long trench coat, kind of like an old detective. They had a hat. I think one side was green, but I couldn't really get a good look.
So we're looking for Sherlock Holmes.
I don't think half of Sherlock Holmes is green.
Could be a cool Sherlock Holmes. We'll never know.
That's true.
Yoko gets again very excited and runs back to Knight and goes, "Oh, did you hear that? They heard about one of our friends. We don't know them, but it's still one of us, right? Shh, so they don't hear."
But why would you consider them your friend if we don't know them? Isn't that a bit weird? Shouldn't you, at least be friends or, get to know each other for, a month before you consider someone your friend?
These are very specific requirements to consider someone your friend.
Yeah, Night Dude is right, because none of us are friends. I don't consider you guys friends.
What?
That's me.
Oh.
It's mutual.
Oh.
Oh.
Anyways, all we know is that this guy is a detective, possibly.
Mr. Waiter, friend, where did you see this Sherlock Holmes friend of ours?
It was actually around the corner in the alleyway just the other night. Honestly, I could tell you more, but I have a reporter friend who's trying to look into or trying to investigate all this. I can give you guys their card if you're interested.
Yes, I'll take that instantly.
Yoko's eyes get even wider, runs over to the waiter and grabs the note with all the details of this guy.
Joseph holds her back a bit so she doesn't get up into the personal space of the poor waiter.
The party has received a business card.
Da-da-da-dee.
The business card says in all capitals, Shin, reporter for Aura Journal, and then a phone number beneath that.
Oh. Leo takes the card and just stares at it.
Joseph walks up to him and snatches it out of his hands.
And then Yoko grabs it from your hands.
I got it!
Damn.
Victory just watches. This is funny.
I didn't even get this big.
You guys hear a glass break and then screaming outside.
Victory immediately runs outside to see what's happening.
Well, that sounds like our thing. Gotta go. Someone leave him money. Bye. And Leo runs.
Joseph pulls out his wallet and leaves €5 on the counter, forgetting that he hasn't changed his money into US dollars, and runs out.
Everyone else has left, and Yoko's like, "Oh, more shiny stuff on the table! Look at it! What is this for?" They look up to the waiter, and he's like, "What is this for?"
I can't do this.
And then Yoko realizes that they're alone in this bar now with this random waiter, and goes, "Oh, okay, I better go now." And then scampers off as well.
So outside, it's already pretty much night at this point. The sun already set. People are running about in the streets, but you guys see silhouetted monsters. You can just imagine they're just all black. Where their eyes are, they're just like circles.
Ooh.
Silly.
I love it.
Well, that's not terrifying.
It's a little cute. Other ones have little emojis. They're attacking the city. What are you guys gonna do now?
We run into these guys, and Leo kind of doesn't really care because he feels as if he just tries to approach and ask questions, it's gonna end to him getting hurt. So he instantly takes out his Henshin device and gets ready to transform.
Joseph just stares a bit and looks at the creatures, but he also, in the end, rakes off his necklace and holds it to the sky and says his catchphrase of "Let me reach for the stars," and he Henshins.
Victory also takes out his desire driver, puts it on, and equips the robot race buckle, assuming these are enemies to fight, and prepares to henshin.
Yoko has a bag on their side, and then they go, I better join too. Opens the bag, and 3 chickens are inside this little bag. One's red, one's yellow, and one's black. They grab the red one, pick it up, puts it to her chest where there's a little emblem, and they henshin, saying, "Yokozo Hiyoko!"
Henshin!
That made me so happy. I'm crying.
Enter the biggest jumble of noises you've ever heard.
With the occasional chicken.
Now everyone sing your jingle.
I honestly expect you guys would have a civilian fight before transforming. In here, transforming would take your turn, but since you guys just immediately went into it, sure. We're just gonna go into it.
What do you think I am, a Power Ranger? I'm not gonna waste time like that.
This is directed by Simon Bennett. We have no civilians.
Yoko just saw everyone else transform, so she just went,
Joseph cannot throw hands in real life. Have you seen the dude? He can't throw a single punch.
Fair enough. Okay, so
let's do it!
now everybody has to roll for initiative. That is a 1d20. So initiative determines who goes first in the fights. And I got a roll 1 too.
Ooh, I got a good one.
This isn't bad. Okay.
Damn.
Snap!
Whatever it is, I'm higher.
Well, not really, because I got 16 too, so...
If we add the +1 ant bonus, it's actually 7.
One ant bonus.
Okay, since Hiyoko has a higher dexterity,
L.
Leo Lang, such a cool name.
Thank you.
What's wrong with Hiyoko?
Hyoko's cool.
What's wrong with Yoko? I'm joking.
It's fine. It's fine.
This is the turn order.
Oh no, I'm so sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Get ready for...
Yoko.
Turn order. Yoko. Leo. Enemies. Yosef. Victory. Battle. Start.
So there's one enemy for each of you to fight, but they can't fight in groups, and that's why enemies are grouped together. Yoko.
Yoko is transformed into her red form with the red fire chicken that went into her emblem. With that, they have a gun that fires fire, pretty much. She starts by just pressing the trigger at anything that comes towards her. So they get a bit scared and just start shooting. Hopefully, they do some damage.
Roll a 1d20 for me.
1d20. Oh no. I rolled a 3.
A 3? So Yoko is shooting their gun, but they're shooting it wildly. So then the fireballs are just hitting random things. One of them hits a lamppost, another one almost causes one of the nearby buildings to catch fire. And a couple do hit the enemies. And now it's Leo's turn.
How many enemies is Leo facing?
There's one for each of you, but collectively there's 5.
All right. Leo doesn't feel like wasting any time, and he wants to go straight to his finisher, right?
Really?
Yes.
That's not how this works. You can't go straight to the finisher.
I'm taking all of Power Ranger Twit's complaints about fights and going straight to it, alright?
Okay, roll a 1d20.
16.
Leo, describe your finisher.
Leo's gun, the ant slinger. His engine device also works as just, the things he used for finishers and whatnot. The little gimmick that he has put in for his form, his worker ant based form, is a fossilized ant, the shape of a worker ant. And so all he has to do to activate his finisher is take it out and puts it back in. And the gun announces aloud, "Full swarm!" And so he aims it and he fires, and it releases kind of like a laser beam rather than a straight bullet, and he shoots the singular person, even though it might be a little overkill.
With the finisher used, the enemy disintegrates. That's like their quote-unquote death animation. They just disintegrate.
Leo kind of blows the smoke off the nozzle of his gun, and he's like, yeah.
There's 4 enemies left, now that one's done. And so the other enemies look at what happened, they look back at like their disintegrated ally, and they can't speak, but you can clearly tell they're like, holy. One enemy goes up to Yosef and just like punches them in the face.
Oh,
That's what they're gonna try to do. I got a 12, but Yosef, you could roll a 1d10 for me.
A 1d10. I got a 1.
Oh, so one of the enemies just runs up to Yosef, punches him in the face. Unluckily, Yosef wasn't able to evade it, so they take the whole brunt of it.
Yosef falls back like 5 meters, and he clashes into a wall, arms like stretched out from his body, and he goes like, "Oh, fuck. Dude, like, he's gonna, like, have a concussion, but he's, like, a fighter, and he gets up again, and he healed over, but he tries again, and yeah."
Yosef's turn.
He, like, gathers all of his, like, determination, and he takes his sword, and he starts swinging it like crazy. Imagine Kamen Rider Geet's commander form type stuff. He tries to get this dude to die, but yeah. Should I roll?
Yes, 1d20.
A d20. I got a 20.
Whoa, okay.
Yes.
Let's go.
Natural 20.
Nat 20, you can, at this point, describe what you want to do, and that will exactly happen. You don't have to roll any further for that.
He just takes his sword and he swings it at the enemy. He circles around the enemy and he confuses it. It gets like really like disorientated, and at one point he just takes the moment and stabs through its stomach and waits a bit till it stops moving, and then he like pulls it out and he just stands in this cool pose, and the enemy falls to the ground and disintegrates.
Jesus.
Was that too graphic?
No, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Yoko just looks in fear at this scene. It goes, "Ah."
Okay, Victory. How are you gonna match up with that?
Oh, I don't know. So Victory summons the weapon associated with the race buckle, the robot breaker, which is a sword gun weapon. So they put it into gun mode immediately, try some long range shooty. But then as the monster approaches, they approach a little too quickly. They take Victory by surprise with their speed. So he switches into sword mode and attempts to slash move around the enemy and slash wherever they can, but Robot's a bit of a bulky race buckle, so he's not moving as fast as he would like and making as many attacks as he would like.
Roll a 1d20 for me.
I got 18.
Ooh, that's pretty good too. What you just described exactly happened.
Yay!
So that's another enemy disintegrated, and there's 2 left. While the 2 enemies are approaching the group, suddenly you guys hear
Joker! Maximum Drive!
No.
That is all Smite.
and you guys hear from behind you, Rider punch. And then a figure wearing a long detective trench coat runs past you guys and punches both of the enemies and easily disintegrates them like they were nothing.
Leo just instantly raises his gun and aims just in case something happens.
Yoko's just too invested now. They don't care about the dangers here. They run straight up to this guy, goes round them several times, just looking at them. They're like, whoa, look at this! Look at this!
Battle. Over. Story. Returns.
Joseph, he swings his sword a bit to get the blood of the enemy off, and he just coldly looks over his shoulder and watches the scene unfold. He's just like observing at this point, like waiting for the person to do something.
Does he have a hat or no?
Yes, he has like a fedora.
Like a skull.
Yeah, that's like the skull hat.
Yes.
Getting back into the swing of things, Leo kind of just stares at the rest of his team, seeing how either they are tired or doing something that could compromise their defense, and just sighs.
People know of the name Kamen Rider Double, but this is just Joker. You kind of just know, yeah, they're part of Double, but it's just Joker at the moment.
Leo wants to take initiative to call out first to the masked hero. He just shouts and says, "Hey, aren't you usually half green? The trench coat is correct, but this doesn't seem right."
The masked hero kind of smirks. He doesn't de-transform or anything. He just turns around, sees Leo. Huh. We don't see too many heroes like you around here.
Stop deflecting.
Yoko can kind of feel a bit of the tension, so they just kind of walk back up to this masked rider that is like in front of them and says, "Hi, I'm Hiyoko."
Knight runs after them because he's like worried about them getting into trouble, because we still don't know if this like rider is like good or bad. He doesn't seem to make the mood the happiest around his teammates, so he just like warily like gets up to Hiyoko and like holds her shoulders and is like, "Child, please be wary of this man."
Enact the rules of stranger danger, Hiyoko.
The masked hero turns to Hiyoko, chuckles a bit. Aw. Well, my name's Joker. Kamen Rider Joker.
Yoko's eyes again widening in the helmet and goes, "They're so cool."
Joker takes off his hat and puts it to his chest and kind of does a little bow towards Hiyoko.
Don't get too excited.
I assume you guys didn't know what or who you just fought. So basically, they're called the Spares. They've been around for a while, but surprisingly, this is one of the few times they're actually out in the open. I wish I could tell you more. So Joker just turns away and walks into the alleyway.
Yoko's eyes are still as wide in the helmet as before, and just kind of tugs on Knight's cape and goes, "I want to be just like him."
God, child, please don't be like him.
Leo kind of just walks up to Yoko, bonks her on the back of the head with like back end of his gun.
Ow!
Next time, when a powered stranger shows up, don't instantly walk into their range,
Why?
because you could end up dying.
But you guys would have protected me, right?
If you're that close, no, I'm gonna shoot through you, probably.
Knight!
Of course I would have protected you, but it's still a hard fight because they're obviously also a rider, and I don't have any power-ups right now.
Leo turns to Victory and is just like, "Hey, are you good?"
Victory gives a weary nod and then attempts to run into the alleyway to see if he can follow their new accomplice, only to find that he's disappeared. Turns around and lets the others know. So our new masked friend is a bit of a teleporter. We have no idea where he went. He came and went in the wind. Gone with the wind.
He's just like an Enderman.
Yes.
Yoko turns around again tonight and pulls on their cape and goes,
What's an Enderman?
I'll show you at home.
Okay.
We can't just leave it there. That dude obviously knew something. The Spares, whatever. Maybe we can call the reporter thing? The reporter dude with the card? Yoko, do you have the card?
the card. And
The card from the bar.
they start patting themselves down, being like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Looks in their bag. And one of the chickens has it in their mouths. And I take it away from them and give it to, who do I give it to? You two scared me, so I'm going to give it to Knight.
Thank you. Knight pulls out his phone from somewhere in his armor because he's still henshined. Like he
You
pulls
guys
out.
probably should be henshin now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Knight holds the card in his hand and he dehensions, and suddenly he's just a dude again. He pulls out his phone from like his back pocket and he punches the numbers into the phone and like dials the numbers, and he takes the phone, puts it to his ear.
We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service.
Oh my god, why is this not working? And then he tries around and plays with his phone for a while, and then he realizes he's still got an Austrian SIM card. He hasn't gotten a number for America yet. So Joseph, he looks around the group and he's like, guys, do any of you have like an American phone number? And he just shamefully offers the card to anyone who's taking it.
Leo just swipes the card and then is like, there's probably a phone we could use back at the pub, and we could probably ask the guy if we could use it.
Sure.
Yoko grabs it very quickly, the card again, and goes, yes, we get to go back to the pub! And darts back to the pub.
Faded branch. Definition. A major event that changes the story by the party's final decision. What will the party do with the card?
Do you guys not have phones?
Not giving my money to Apple.
I'm a chicken!
I have a phone. It's too late. Yoko has the card and we're already going back to the pub.
Joseph is just running after Yoko, trying to like catch up with them, not trying to lose them in the crowd of people.
Leo enters the pub, but he kind of hasn't realized that he hasn't de-transformed yet, so he kind of just menacingly walks up to the waiter and is just like, can we use your phone?
The waiter looks up from like cleaning a glass, and he's like, sure. And he shakingly gets the phone that's on top of the bar.
Joseph walks up behind like Leo, and he's like, he pats his hand down on his shoulder. Is like, maybe you should de-transform. I don't know. It's a bit intimidating, you know.
It's not intimidating if they have nothing to hide.
Yoko has run to the toilet really quickly, de-transformed in the toilet, and run back out. So runs back over to the guy to the group, and finally gives the card to. Who do they give the card to? Oh no, they just give it back to Knight because yes.
Once again, with the card in his hands, Joseph just looks at the bartender. And,
Joseph.
Yes.
1d20, please.
10.
The waiter shakingly gives you guys the landline phone, but what you guys don't know is that underneath the bar, he presses a button to call the police.
Oh my god.
Someone else used the phone. The gloves kind of make it hard to press the buttons.
Yoko's like, come on, just please untransform. Like, come on.
You're scaring the bartender.
Victory, make the call.
No, I'm not good with phone calls.
I'm not good either.
What is it? You just have to ask a question.
Yoko puts the hand up.
No,
Just
Yoko.
let me do it then.
We are not going to let the chicken make the phone call.
not.
I'm glad we can agree on that.
All right, Joseph, you make it.
Joseph swipes the phone and he just punches in the numbers again like he did earlier. And this time the phone line actually rings and he's being led somewhere.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Yoko, don't talk.
Let him talk.
Oh.
We want to ask some questions about these masked riders that people have been seeing around.
You know, you're not supposed to be talking about this, especially over the phone. They're gonna track you.
Oh, oops.
Ew.
Ask them if there's a half green dude with a trench coat.
Joseph starts breaking out in a cold sweat, and all the color that was left in his face has been drained, and he just whispers into the phone, "Are there any fully black and purple riders around here or something?"
You know, whispering into the phone isn't gonna make it any less suspicious. Anyway, purple, black, green. There's a lot of writers out there. We have one that's kind of like a spider. We have one who might be a fox, but I'm still looking into it. But I don't know. You got me at the wrong time. I'm currently investigating something about a golden knight that people might have heard
Yoko
of.
stops the call right there. Her eyes widening even more, grabs the phone and goes, "A golden rider?"
He's not exactly a writer. He's like a knight. But I don't think he gets cut off there. You hear police sirens in the back.
Oh, it's the first thing Joseph thinks, and he throws the phone back to the bartender, he rips it out of Yoko's hands, and he's like, "Scram!" and just runs out the back door.
Yoko will follow Knight wherever, and they go, "Come on, let's go!"
Leo just says, and this is why it was good to stay transformed, and kind of just shoots at the ground around them to make like a little bit of a smoke screen as they make their escape.
Victory sits there confused, wondering why the police is there. He hasn't done anything.
Leo doubles back and just forcibly grabs his wrist and then takes him along.
You know, it's crazy because, like, in universe, you guys would have no reason to think the police are after you. So all of you just like panic with the smoke screen.
Yoko turns to Victory and is like, "Why aren't you running? Come on, we have to run!"
Yosef just looks back to Yoko, takes their hand, and is like, maybe they found out I've been pirating shows the past 13 years of my life.
You've been what?
Leo finally de-transforms when they've ran away and just says, maybe we need to constrain Yoko so they don't run away at flashing lights. You don't even know when that was on. Actually, it probably was because of me, huh?
The party runs to the back, and that's where the alleyway is. And on both sides of the alleyway, there's what you would think are police, but their uniforms are white and blue instead of just all blue. And they're more like tactical gear. You can kind of think of like Phoenix from Revice or an FBI agent, something like that. And they have you guys surrounded on both sides. What you assume would be the commander steps in front of one of the groups on one side of the alleyway, his hands behind his back, and he yells out, "We have you surrounded. You can't run."
Leo, being the obviously so level-headed and reasonable fellow he is, just walks up, aims his gun directly at the guy and says, "You want to bet?"
Yosef immediately walks up to him, like he runs to Leo and he comes from the side and he like tries to get the gun away from the people and he's like, let's talk about this in a bit more of a, chill manner, please. Don't point guns at people. It will be even more incriminating.
I think we're gonna get arrested either way.
Because Yosef has let go of Yoko, Yoko just runs up to the guy and goes, "Hi,
Oh my god.
I'm Yoko."
They never learn.
1d20.
Oh no!
Faded roll. Definition. A major event that changes the story drastically by the roll of the dice.
I'm so sorry, guys. Whatever happens, I'm so sorry. 9.
No.
Jeez.
No.
Yosef just like whips around like he was facing Leo and now he's suddenly facing Yoko and he's like, oh my god, kid, you can't do this all the time. And he like takes them by the shoulders and tries to pry them off the like commander, and the commander is already like having such a deathly aura about him and he's like just trying to get them like into safety.
Victory runs up to the three of them just fighting and tries to break them apart in an attempt to not escalate things any further.
Leo still stands there aiming his gun even though all three of them are in the way and is just like, can you guys please learn?
Amidst the commotion, a helicopter light appears above the whole group and the commander. The commander, with his left arm wristed from behind his back, he holds what appears to be a card with a circle in the middle. He clicks the circle on the card.
Sevens, acknowledge.
Now suddenly,
Driver.
he has a driver on. He puts the card inside the driver.
Sequence initiated.
Henshin!
Kamen Rider Sevens, authorized.
A puff of smoke appears from out of the belt.
The smoke is clearing and Yoko's eyes are getting wider and wider and wider in excitement.
Maybe don't get excited at the enemy.
Yoko is literally just screaming at this point, going, "It's gold! It's like the coin! It's so cool!"
Yosef just stares at him and goes, God damn it. That's kind of my motive.
Leo suddenly is just like changing his aim from the group surrounding them to just directly at the guy.
Victory takes a second to think, appreciate the new suit in front of them, and then realize how did he know we were heroes? And begins to pull out his belt in response. He uses robot on the bottom half and equips armed shield for the top half in order to get some more defense.
Yosef just like rips off his necklace once again and transforms it into his rider belt.
Leo sighs of relief and just says, finally, someone has common sense, as he's putting in his little like base form gimmick into his gun.
Yoko, at this point, is just looking at everyone and goes, "Oh, we're hensoning! Okay!" Goes back into their bag, grabs out the yellow chicken this time, patting the other two in the bag, making sure they're okay, puts the chicken to their chest emblem, and they turn into their yellow chicken form.
Yokozo, Hiyoko, Henshin.
You guys are insane.
Congratulations, we're all assaulting an officer.
On the other side of the alleyway, the police-like figures immediately just shoot at you guys. But once these bullets hit each of you, you guys are immediately knocked out.
Can I use the shield since I equipped the shield for this specific purpose?
Okay, Victory, roll a 1d10.
2.
So these are like anti-hero bullets. They're meant to go through a lot of things just to knock out any superpowered person or any Kamen Rider, anything. As you guys are blacking out from these bullets, you guys are like slowly falling backwards. And on top of the buildings, in the shadows, you can see what appears to be a golden knight.
Can I just say, Yosef's like his last thought passing out was like, oh, he's just like me for real.
Victory's last thought is anger that the shield didn't work. What's the point of the armed shield if it doesn't shield, he thinks. No wonder no one uses it in the Desire Grand Prix anymore.
Yoko sees this like little glint of gold from this knight and just starts squealing again. But then falls asleep.
Leo's last thought sounds like he's in pain, even though, you know, it's in his head, but he still, like, is mentally talking as if he got punched in the gut in his head. So he's just like, God, you rocked my shit, he hit me hard.
That is gonna have to be saved for next time.
No!
Next time on Henshins and Dragons. I don't know, we'll see.
Session has reached completion. See you next time.